Good morning, YouTube. I'm in downtown Dayton, and more news of another boondoggle project in downtown Dayton. I'm in Dave Hall Plaza, which is right at the corner of 4th and Main, Jefferson and 4th. But this project right here, there's plans that $3.5 million to spend on a music venue down here, a free music venue, and the city's already contributed $1 million to the project, and they claim the rest of this project, which is supposed to be around $3.5 million, is going to come from private funding, which I think is completely stupid. We've already got enough music venues in the area. I mean, plus, and I seriously have my doubts if it's gonna be actually free or not, but it's just more waste and more stupidity and more desire to try and, you know, force the issue of this downtown. And you know, the other day on the news, there was a city council meeting. They showed a few clips from the thing, and a few residents were speaking out. One of the residents, who is a local community activist and politician, David Ostrati, whom I have tried to contact before, but he never has really responded to some of my videos, spoke out against it. I believe he's a Democrat, and even he spoke out about it. And then, of course, the mayor had her frickin' stupid mouth, you know, saying that it's a good investment. You know, well, it's a good investment as long as they can continue to try and force the relevancy of downtown. Excuse my sarcasm, but if it's a good investment, then why is the city having to contribute money to a private project? And, you know, we've already got a music venue downtown, Riverscape. I mean, there's bands that play there. We also got a few bars, you know, in the Oregon district that host local music. We got the old Yellow Cab building, which hosts, you know, various events. And of course, the mayor's excuse, you know, when they mentioned Riverside to her, and of course, this mayor, you guys have heard me rant on and on and on and on about her in various videos. She said, oh, well, Riverscape doesn't have good acoustics. I'm like, what the fuck does she know about acoustics? You know, so, you know, they don't care, I mean, if they ultimately try and hurt the rest of these venues or not. And, you know, this, at $3.5 million for something that would only get used very sparingly in the summertime, I don't care whether it's public or private, buddy. It's a waste of time. And they say, oh, it's going to be free, you know, shows. So it's just more stupidity down here. And you know, if it's really such a good idea, then why do they have to chip in taxpayer money? Then, of course, the city's asking for a levy. Once again, a property tax levy to fund various services. Please say no, people, because they can clearly find money to spend in this downtown, all these boondoggle projects down here, and yet they don't care how much money that they seem to waste. So please remember all the money that they're squandering when it comes election time this November, when it comes to local elections, and when they have their hand out asking for property tax revenue. And if they're going to create a music pavilion here, what in the world are they going to do with all this green space down here? Because this is nice green space. But the other issue is down here, even if there's music events down here, you got the RTA hub right only a block over. So that right there, you know, negates this being a good location. Because who wants all the riffraff from the RTA hub? The RTA hub's right on the other side of that parking garage right there, and that's Kettering Tower between both of those. So, you know, I mean, I'll say this much. Even though I've ranted on and even though I've ranted about Riverscape before, but at least Riverscape is about 4 blocks from the RTA hub, so you know, have at least a little bit of distance. But heck, but even in various downtown events before, you've had unruly youth, problems with the homeless people down here. So who in the world wants to come down here and spend any money? Then the only money they would make would be off of vendors. So it's just more waste of money and more stupidity. So, but anyway, you know, with this upcoming election year, I really want to, you know, continue to emphasize these videos like this. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one. So please oppose any tax levies that's coming forward by the city, because they don't deserve any of our money when they're spending money on stupid shit like this when we already got music venues all over the city.